Hey everyone, my name is Nolan. Welcome back to another All the Mods 10 guide. In the last episode, we set up the applied energetic storage system, and I also taught you guys how to move these flawless budding Certus Quartz and how to efficiently use your storage channels using these cables. So if you want to know how to do all that, make sure to go check that out. Playlist link down in the description for all the Mods 10 guides, and then also a playlist for my playthrough I'm doing. Heck yeah. But in this video, I'm going to tell you guys how you can farm Certus Quartz crystals, the charged version of that as well, and then also the Certus Quartz dust. So that way you can use those to do all your crafting and then also get Fluix crystals. Now, mystical agriculture is a very good way of getting resources automatically, especially early game. As you can see, you can get Certus Quartz crystals, or I guess Certus Quartz seeds, which you can use to craft a Certus Quartz crystal or the dust. However, this is a very extensive mod pack, and that'll be its own video. So in this video, we'll just be using stuff we've already covered. Okay, the first step is to place your flawless budding Certus Quartz at least 2 blocks off the ground, then pipe some cables over to the top of it, and hopefully since you set up your ME storage system, you got enough resources to make 1 growth accelerator. It's not that expensive. Place it on the side of the cable, but also to where it's above the Certus Quartz block. This will just speed up the process of getting crystals. Now, pick a channel output from your ME controller and bring it over to the Certus Quartz crystal block. At the end of it, place a storage bus and then place an oak drawer. And the reason why you want to use oak drawers is because these can hold a lot of items. This right here has 4 netherite upgrades, which is the max, and it holds 2.1 billion items. Now, what the storage bus does is it treats whatever object it's attached to as part of the storage network. So if I throw my growth accelerators in there and I go to my crafting terminal, you can see that I can see them from my storage network. Now this is cool because you can hold a lot of items, and you can get this pretty early on, minus the netherite upgrades of course, but you'll probably only be able to hold a few thousand items in your storage system at a time, whereas this can hold a lot more. Oh, also you need to do this for this to work anyways. And the reason is because the oak drawer holds 1 type of item at a time. So go ahead and throw some Certus Quartz crystals in there. Another thing about these storage buses is since they access your system, you need to set the priority to 100. This means that when you go to insert this item into your system, it goes into the drawer instead of your ME drives and taking up storage cell space. And also, if you do have these items in your storage cell space, they will be exported first through your storage system, and then if you run out, they'll be exported from here. That is the way you want it, by the way. Now, throw another storage bus on the other side, and then bring some Fluix cables over the top to connect them. Now, remember in the last episode, I said you need to separate the networks, and you need to do that here with a single quartz fiber. You can place it anywhere. Now, this keeps the storage bus online because it's connected to power, but it's separate from this network. Next up, you want to make these things called the ME annihilation planes, and you need 5 of them. They're pretty dang cheap, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem to get them. Now, what the ME annihilations do is they break whatever blocks in front of them if the matching output is in their storage system. Now, because we've separated this network from this network, the only storage system this network over here on the left is going to have access to is the 10 crystals. So the annihilation plane will detect when this item turns into a cluster, because that's what drops the crystals, and then it will break it. And also what's cool about the annihilation planes is you can enchant them. So I can put Fortune 5 on my annihilation plane. You'll obviously want to try to get the highest level of fortune you can on all 5 annihilation planes. Then bring your Fluix cables over to this area, and then place all your annihilation planes facing the crystals so they break. Now, you shouldn't have any problems. I never had any problems with this thing, and that thing being the annihilation plane breaks them, but it doesn't automatically pick them up. It only picks the crystals up if it touches the plane. However, I never had them not touch the plane. So you shouldn't have any problems with that. And as you can see, the crystals are being picked up in the system. And because we have 2 storage buses here, I can still see the 47 crystals in my system. So there is infinite Certus Quartz crystals. Getting the Certus Quartz dust is really easy. Again, place your flawless budding Certus Quartz 2 blocks off the ground. At least, I guess. Place a bucket of water on top with some way to hold it in. I just use trapdoors just to make it look cool. Then you want to get 5 extractors, which are pretty easy to make. You need some aluminum, and you can either make this item port with gold or aluminum, so it's pretty cheap. Then you're just going to place all 5 extractors on the sides of this flawless budding Certus Quartz. The next thing you want to make are some item pipes from Modern Dynamics. They're just really cheap. It's just an iron and some glass. Actually, it's 2 iron and a glass, sorry. You're just going to place the pipes all together, and then we're going to do the same storage bus tactic I just showed you. However, this oak drawer can connect directly to your storage system. It doesn't need to be separated anyway. And as you can see, the dust is now coming out, and it comes out pretty fast. I think it comes out 4 at a time. No, it is 1 at a time. Okay, so now we are getting the crystals automatically, and we're getting them pretty dang fast, and we're getting the dust automatically pretty dang fast. The last thing we need to get are the charged Certus Quartz crystals. Now, the way you guys have probably been making this is by throwing them into a charger and doing it that way. Now, you can do that, but I like to make them multiple at a time using a reaction chamber. So your reaction chamber needs to be attached to a Fluix cable and some kind of power cable so it can have some power. Next up, wherever your reactor connects to the Fluix cable, place a stock export bus. Open up the stock export bus and search up water. And you need to find the one from Minecraft and just go ahead and click and drag that into the stock export bus filter. Click this, but with your scroll wheel button, and then just do +100. Okay, now this will probably make charged Certus Quartz crystals faster than you get regular Certus Quartz crystals. So I would leave all these slots blank when it comes to acceleration cards, but go ahead and put a Certus Quartz crystal here. Again, middle mouse click that and then set it to 64. Now over time, they will be deposited into here. I would also leave this acceleration card slot blank just so you don't make these faster than you get crystals. But honestly, with only one budding Certus Quartz, you'll probably still make them faster than you get them. So just keep an eye on it so you guys don't make more than you need, I guess. But once you hit 64, they will start crafting into charged Certus Quartz crystals. Now this thing is running out of energy because I'm using the very basic cables, so it's just not transporting energy fast enough. However, in my case, I want that. I want these things to be made slowly because this thing is not working fast enough to keep up with this. However, if you set up a lot of these, or you set up an Inferium farm, which will be discussed in the next episode, you could totally upgrade this and make it as fast as you want. So now what you may notice is the items are staying in here. What you can do next is add an import bus. So just place another Fluix cable up to the side and then an import bus on that. And as you can see, it is being imported into the system. And there you go, an automatic way to get Certus Quartz crystals, Certus Quartz dust, and charged Certus Quartz crystals. Now, as an added bonus, I can tell you how to get Fluix crystals automatically. It's just a little bit more expensive and you probably don't have the resources to do it automatically at this stage. But basically you do what I just did for this reaction chamber, but instead you set the filters to be what's required to make the Fluix crystals. So you could either just replace it yourself or you could make a whole new reaction chamber and do it that way. Yeah, those are the 4 main resources you'll need for all the items in the beginning of this mod pack. And there you go, you can get them automatically. Now, even though I'm having this be slow because I'm running out of crystals here, you can actually make crystals another way. And that's by using your Certus Quartz dust and then combining them with the charged Certus Quartz crystals to remake crystals. That way, the only resource you're consuming is dust. So you could set up as many of these reaction chambers as you like, but I already showed you how to set up one, so once you can do one, you can do them all. It's the same thing. You just need a stock export to keep all the items you want inside stocked, and then an import to import all the items into your system. Now remember, the import puts items into your system. The export takes items out of your system. The import and export are relative to the system, not to the item they're attached to. So that's going to wrap up this guide there. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to subscribe for the next All the Mods 10 guide, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye-bye.